Hi, FightNGear here. Today I'm going to take a look at a couple of my 1911s. Now, normally in guns, I'm a lot more concerned with the function and the reliability and the performance than I am the looks. I maintain that a good gun that works right doesn't have to be pretty. One of the rare exceptions to that is I'm a sucker. I mean a flat out sucker for good looking 1911s. I can't help myself. Whenever I buy a 1911, it's got to be good looking. It also has to work, it has to perform, it has to be accurate, it has to feed reliable, but by golly, I want that thing to look good. I'm going to shoot two of mine today and possibly a friend of mine's as well, one that you've seen in a few videos before. It's a older Springfield Armory that was sent off to Wilson's Combat probably 20 plus years ago, maybe 20 years ago. I'm almost 60, so time gets away from me. I don't remember when it was, but it's been, I'm sure it was in the 90s when it was sent off. Anyway, what I have today, it is clear. I'm trying to get in the habit of that just so I don't get any comments on here. This is my Kimber. It is a Royal II. It's a beautiful gun. See if I can move this up just a little bit and maybe you can get a good look at it. I mean, it's got the thing all Kimbers have going for it. It's just absolutely a stunning pistol. It functions reliably. It does not have adjustable sights. They are fixed, but they're very nice, much better sights than just a typical 1911 GI mil-spec type sight. It is my understanding, it is a match grade barrel. I think all Kimbers are supposed to be. It does not say match on it, but I believe that it is supposed to be a match grade gun. It's a little dirty. I have been shooting it quite a bit lately. I get a little lax sometimes on all the cleaning because I'm one of those odd people that believes you can ruin a gun faster with a cleaning rod than you can shooting it. So I tend to just give them a real light cleaning after I'm done, and then a thorough cleaning maybe every 5 or 6 times that I go to the range. I'll probably hear about that from some people too. As with pretty much all my 1911s, Chip McCormick Power Mags, they're 8-round mags. I love them. I've got the Kimber mags around here somewhere, they work fine, but I love the Chip McCormick Power Mags. Second gun is, again, clear. This one is my Springfield Armory. It is, I believe, called the Target Loaded. I know it's a loaded, and I think it's called a loaded target. It has adjustable target sights. They are Trijicon. You probably can't see them in here, but they are Trijicon tritium sights. It's a match barrel, match trigger, match pretty much everything right out of the box. Pricey gun. I think retail on it's like $1,100. I think you can pick them up at some of the discount onliners for in the 9s. But I mean, to me, that's a pricey gun. But again, it's beautiful. It's black stainless. Kind of a funny story on this gun. I bought this gun new. I never got around to shooting it. A friend of mine wanted it. He bought it from me. He'd later turn around and traded it to another friend of mine who traded it back to me. So the gun now has been shot, and I'm going to take it to the range today and kind of compare it to my old Kimber. This will be the first time I have shot the gun. Maybe one magazine through it when it belonged to my friend, but this will be the first time that I've owned the gun and shot it, and where I've actually shot any extensive amount of rounds to it. But I'm going to see how it stacks up today, see if the trigger loosens up a little. I doubt this gun's got 5 boxes shot through it between all the owners. So anyway, it came with 2 factory mags, but again, I've got a lot of these. It'll be the Chip McCormick Power Mag. If you're looking for a mag, and like I tell everybody all the time on here, you probably get tired of hearing it, but I don't make a dime from any of these people, but this is a great mag. There's a lot of good magazines on the market for 1911s, but these Chip McCormicks are phenomenal. I'm going to shut this down. I'll be back out at the range. I'm going to try not to talk so much at the range today, but that seems to be something I can't help. So anyway, I'll see you out at the range. This is the two I'll be shooting today. This is my Kimber and Springfield Armory I showed you earlier. This maybe out here in the light you can get a little better view of them. They're both just absolutely gorgeous guns. Like I said, I've shot the Kimber quite a bit. This will be my first actual time shooting the Springfield Armory where I owned it. I have run about probably a magazine or two through it when it belonged to somebody else, but anyway, I'm going to shut this down and get going at the range. I'm going to be shooting PMC bronze, which is a so-so ammo. I'll have this back on when the train's done too. Going to get started with the Kimber. Shoot a couple of groups with it. Like I say, absolutely beautiful gun, but I also like a gun that does perform, and I've never had any stoppages or any kind of trouble with this gun. So anyway, I'm going to shoot a little bit with it, and then I'm going to try that Springfield Armory and kind of see what kind of comparison groups I get out of it. This will be at 7 yards. As you can see, I mean, that's going to be, for me, that's a pretty good group. Let me see if I can kind of get you homed in on it a little bit there. I mean, I don't know that that's anything I can do a whole lot better than. That's my Kimber. I've shot that gun quite a bit. Tremendous trigger. Like I said, I've never had any reliability issues with it. All in all, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious why Kimber brings the money that they bring. I'm going to shut this off, bring my Springfield Armory down, and we'll see what it does. This is the Springfield Armory. It's the loaded. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe the finish will look a little better here than out in my down in my basement where there's not as much light. It's black stainless, polished on the sides. It's got a I think they call them G10 or Micarta grip, Trigicon adjustable target sights, skeletonized trigger. It's a heck of a lot of gun for, you know, a out of the box $1,000 1911. I'm gonna see how it groups. I'll drop down and shoot at a dot that's just one down below the one I was shooting at, so that I don't have any trouble telling which holes are which. This is going to be with the factory 7-round mags, just to see how they function. A little disappointed with that, actually. It's not a very good group. I don't know if that's me not being used to the gun,
The gun not liking the ammo. Not sure what it is, but I mean it's not even close to the quality of group that I had with the Kimber. So I'm gonna shut the camera off, try to familiarize myself with this trigger just a little bit, and then come back on and see if I can tighten that up. I suspect the gun will do a lot better than that. I've got to think that a lot of that is just my lack of being familiar with this gun. As you can see, the point of aim is not bad. It's slightly low and slightly left, but the group just, I think, can be tighter than that. As you can see, I'm starting to get a little used to the trigger. I've started to tighten the group up. I've also been moving the sights just a little bit, bringing them up. I don't believe they've ever been changed since they were at the factory. Now I'm at 7 yards, and really sights probably should be set for 25 yards, but anyway, since I do most of my shooting at 7, I tend to set my sights at 7. I'm going to try a group now with the camera running on the dot over there on the left that hasn't been shot, and we'll see if I can get any tighter pattern now than I did before. This will be again at 7 yards. I may have went a little overboard with the sight adjustment. As you can see now, when I get this up there, I'm shooting a little high. I believe I can do a little better than that. I jerked a couple. I think I had a little bit of tension in my shots trying to make them look good for the YouTube video. So I'm going to move that dot and run another mag through there and see if I can get them a little better. But I am just a little high now at 7 yards, which will be all right, I think. So let me go move that dot. Okay, I'm going to try again at 7 yards, see if I can get a little better group. I know the gun's capable of a little better than what I'm doing right now. Like I said, sometimes I get nervous on here because I try to do these all in one take, so there's not a bunch of editing that makes me look like a better shooter than I am. Unbelievable flinch there. Again, I'm going to attribute the flinch to the same thing as the other, which is just performance anxiety, trying to look good for the camera. I'm going to try it again because I know that's me, not the gun, and I shouldn't have that flinch. I'm just tight right now, like I say, trying to make this gun look better, I guess, than what I'm capable of doing. Alright, that's more like what this gun should do without me jerking it and flinching it and everything else. Let me get that down there and move it over here. As you can see, that's what a group of 7 yards with a high quality 1911 ought to look like. The high one was the first one, and that was it's just a matter of getting used to this trigger. I'm not sure which one was the low left one. That's my natural miss, but you can see what that gun will do. That's 7 yards, PMC, right out of the box ammo. Nothing at all that's not stock with this gun. I mean, that's just strictly right out of the box. I'll continue to play with it. I mean, that's just so you know. I mean, because like I said, I don't like to make this look better than I am. I'm on about, that was probably somewhere around, I'd say rounds 55 through 70 or something. I'm getting close to halfway through the second box because I shut it off for a while up there and made this, like I say, getting used to it group, which has got an awful lot of holes in it. But this is, like I say, I got a couple of flyers there, if you want to call them that. I mean, they're still probably within 1.5 inches, but as you can see, I mean, that's 7 or 8 rounds. I don't remember which one of the mags it was. I'm kind of mixing them now. So I mean, there's either 5 or 6 holes right there. Literally, you could probably cover with a quarter, definitely a 50-cent piece. All in all, I think when I get used to this gun, get it cleaned up a little bit, get some of the misses out of it that the previous owners trained into it, and get it shooting like it's supposed to, I think it's going to be a phenomenal gun. I think I'm really going to enjoy it as my target and match gun. The old Kimber will probably always be my safe queen, show-off gun, and just kind of generally playing around gun. But anyway, I'm going to shut this down. I'll be back for some final thoughts. But I think I'm, all in all, real happy with my 1911. My shooting partner is going to run a mag through each one, the Kimber and then through the Springfield Armory, and see how he does with them, see what his groups are like. Now, he's never shot either gun, so he's used to his, but we'll see how he does here. Well, he definitely shot the Kimber well. Looked like he had one, maybe went off a little before he expected it. This will be the Springfield Armory. All right, let's take a look, see how he did here. There's one up high, I think was his very first shot. I'm not sure what he was expecting on the trigger, but I'm guessing that it went off a little early. The rest of them you can see are actually just pretty much one hole, one just a little bit off. The Springfield Armory, like me, I think he had a little bit of trouble with the trigger. It's a little more open, but still not bad. Looks like he's shooting about where I am, maybe just a little bit higher. That's just in how we take our sight picture. But anyway, looks to me like he did pretty good with both of them. What'd you think? Which one did you like better?
Well, I love the looks of this one.
The Springfield Armory?
But I like the way the other one shoots better at this point. With just a little bit of trigger work, though.
Now this one, since it's pretty new, it has that old out of the box kind of factory trigger. The other gun's been shot. I mean, I've had it over 10 years, so it's been shot quite a bit. But yeah, there's definitely a little creep in the trigger on the Springfield Armory. Anyway, I'm gonna shut this down. See you guys back at the house. FightNGear back at the old house, and as you can see today, I had a lot of fun with the 1911s. I'm definitely a 1911 fanboy and kind of a 1911 snob in a way, in that it is one of the few guns where I'm very visually based as well as function. The Springfield Loaded, beautiful gun. Didn't shoot as good today as I think I can eventually do with it. One thing, it probably needs another 500 to 1,000 rounds ran through it before it's good and broke in, but I never had any malfunctions with it. I did once have the slide fail to lock back after the last shot. That was actually using a Chip McCormick Power Mag, and I've not had that before, didn't have it again, but I had it the one time. The Kimber, both of these are, I really need to get in the habit of that, but both of those are clear, no mags in them. The Kimber never lets me down. I mean, you saw the first group with it, good and tight, 7 yards. Didn't shoot it much after that. I'm familiar with this gun. It's kind of my old buddy, and I really like it. I've had it a long time. But I tell you, if you got a little money to blow and just want a good, fun target gun, a 1911 just can't be beat. I don't know that I'd recommend it as a guy's principal carry gun. It's a little big, a little heavy, but man, they're just so darn sexy. I mean, it's like having a Corvette or a Porsche or something. It's just, you know, it's probably not the most practical thing on the block, but it's just so fun. Anyway, I really do appreciate it. Going to get off here pretty quick. Just run through a few features with it. Both these guns, skeletonized triggers. Both of them have the ejection port. I guess it's ramp, milled out, whatever they call it. Both of them have polished feed ramps. They have the commander style skeletonized hammers and the extended grip safeties with the extended beaver tail. The Kimber does not have an ambidextrous safety. Out of the box, the Springfield Armory does. Front serrations on both of them, that's handy. I believe they're both supposed to have match bushings and barrels in them. The Trijicon adjustable sights are nice. Truthfully, I don't know who makes the sights for the Kimber. I mean, they look like a Novak sight, but I'm not 100% sure. They're actually just as easy to pick up and see in daylight, but no doubt the Trijicon would be a little bit nicer at night. I find it odd that they put a tritium sight on a target gun, because I mean, most of the use I could see for this gun would be at the competitions, at the target shooting, things like that. I don't know that the night sights are much of an advantage, but anyway, what the heck, they're on there and I like them. So also, I love the G10 or Micarta, whatever you want to call it, carbon fiber, whatever this stuff is. I love the grip. Man, it's just great. I mean, it just clings to your hand. It was hot today. We were sweaty, but I mean, still, it just really, really easy to hold on to. All in all, if you're looking for a new one, got about $1,000 to blow on one, probably pick it up a little less, maybe even say you got 900 to 1,000 to blow. This Springfield Armory Loaded, I think, is a great gun. Kimber's always a good gun. I'm not sure what the, mine's called the Royal II. I'm not even sure if they still make it. I'm not sure exactly how their price line is on their guns anymore. I'm guessing that it's probably hard to buy a Kimber anymore for 900 to 1,000, other than a real basic one. But I may be wrong. Like I say, I haven't checked their website. Anyway, I really appreciate it today. If you like my videos, click like. I appreciate it if you subscribe. Check out my website, www.FightNGear.com. I make a great cheap holster, and you know, I'd like to do some business with you. Anyway, thank you very much. You guys have a good day.